Greetings, all greetings, greetings, greetings. If you guys are enjoying your day, wherever you are, you guys come pick coconuts. And you guys come around pick coconuts to sell. Anyway, this was the morning sky. This was the morning sky. And this is how it is passed during the day. Slowly, the clouds have disappeared. Larry, what's going on, guy? Good? Yeah, man. Sun come out. Yep, we enjoyed some very heavy rains this morning. And then, slowly throughout the day, white clouds and now what they call evening clouds, afternoon clouds coming in. But it's a beautiful day. No, I haven't made a lot of movies, a lot of videos over the last few months. But there's a reason for that. I really don't. I have a lot of my videos are almost repeats of what I made before, what I've spoken about in past videos. So my expectation is that you already heard what I had to say on most of these subjects. And you've also done your own research and you've seen these things. You've seen what's coming. I mean, I've shown you what plan they have. And over the last few months, all you can see is the plans being put in place and being, how are the best words I would use for it is that they just follow the plan, I should say. They follow the plan that they made, and the results of the plan being executed, you are seeing what happened. One of the things that's happened is the financial system is falling apart. The U.S. has lost control over the financial system. The world financial system used to be dictated by the actions of the U.S. And now they are just running from place to place trying to put out a fire, as you call it. The last one is Japan. And people are talking about that issue as though it is finished, and it's not finished. This is just the beginning of it. Japan is like the shallow end of this pool, and I shouldn't really call it a pool, because it's like you stepping in the ocean, and the sand that you stepped on, you can feel it moving up from under your few feet, because the undertow that's running beside that sandbar is moving the sand. And pretty soon, if you don't recover yourself quickly, you're going to get caught up. Not only are you going to move into a deeper part of the water, but you're going to lose control of yourself, because the undertow is going to take you in. And that's where America is at right now. Not just America, but just about the whole world that follows America. Japan, Taiwan. The only thing that's giving Taiwan up is China itself. The Chinese see Taiwan as part of China. So therefore, they are trying to salvage Taiwan, to keep Taiwan from falling in. They're trying to salvage Asia. Oh well, pretty much they haven't let Asia slip into the same position as the rest of Japan or what's about to hit. Well, the Philippines been hit already, and there's nobody's talking about what's going on there. But the Chinese are trying to save Africa. The Russians are trying to save Africa. The Europeans are trying to pull Africa back, hoping that Africa would stick with them and help them to save themselves. And the ignorance of the African is such that they're allowing this wicked leaders to hold on to keep them in bondage with the European. That's the way he's seeing it. And there's some countries that are allowing the Saudis and UAE and other Arab nations to pull them into the Islam orbit of slavery and indentured servitude. It is, I mean, if I didn't see it, if I was the average American, black American, looking at Africa and saying, why does Africa not do so and so and so and so? And they always look at Africa and say, you know what, America is getting bad. We gotta go there. We gotta go to Africa. Get out of America. And not seeing what Saudi Arabia, UAE, Turkey, and all the other North African Arabic speaking people are doing to Africa. And the funny thing is, not only them, but the Israelis are beginning to build they always had colonies in Africa. But they're beginning to expand those colonies. And I told you about the one, you know my you know my thinking on the one that they did in Kenya, that they're doing in Kenya right now. But they have one in South Africa. And they're trying to build a new Israel in South Africa. They're trying to get one state of South Africa separated from the rest so that they can run it. But the funny thing is that people will look at Israel, are looking at the people in Israel as the bad guy. And they're trying to separate the people, the other Jewish people around the world from Israel. And Israel is pushing that. These Jews around the world are pushing that narrative. Why? Because they don't want what's happening to Israel to happen to them. Right now, there's a running, well, I shouldn't call it a joke because it's serious. They are trying to put all the blame for what's going on two people, Netanyahu and Ben Gvir. That's the two people they're trying to blame the whole thing on, so that the people around the world, the Jewish people around the world who support Israel, 90% of them support Israel, not only with the money, but help in any area that they can. They send their children to Israel. I'm not going to go into that story. But they support Israel any way they can. If I am a Mossad agent and I turn up in New York or London, I have a place to go to. One of these Jewish people in that area, wherever, what country it is, are going to put me up for the night, feed me, clothe me, whatever I need, it's going to be there. It's going to be given to me. So they are supporting Israel. They are not separate. Don't let anybody tell you, well, people will tell you that, but don't let anybody tell you that. Don't accept the explanation. It's like you're saying that I guess saying that the bad people in Africa and say the leaders. But guess what? You can't be a leader if you don't have followers. The armies of Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, the police, they're the ones who are murdering their own people to keep them in line for the British, the French, the Germans, the Belgians. They're the ones, so who is the evil? It's the average people on the street. That smiling African, he's one of them. You say, oh, they're so nice. Yes, they're smiling in your face, but he's one of them. You know, imagine somebody break into your house, and then when you learn about the people who break into your house, one of them is one of the a man from the Secret Service of the country you're living in. Secret Service agent in that country now, robbing people's houses. Just imagine that. He's one. He's just like the leader. He supports the leader because the leader allows him to do what he wants to do. He can't do it against the leader because the leader will pull him out, bury him off under his house or in some dump somewhere. But he can do it against his own people and against any foreigner in the country. But that's the program. You blame the leader, get blamed. The people in the country will say the leader is doing this, the leader. No, you are part of the problem. You will refuse to get rid of the leader. Those people who sit in New York and support Benjamin Netanyahu, when he comes to New York, they put him in the best hotels and have parties for him and everything. He is not just the one to point the finger at. But that's what they're trying to do right now. That's exactly what they're trying to do. The other day in England, Keir Starmer resigned. He's got blamed for all the wrong in England. But there are laws in England that were made by the councils and the leaders in the government that say if you criticize Israel, we can put you in jail. Just criticizing Israel, just saying the Israelis are committing genocide. And they can snatch you up off the street and put you in jail. Starmer is not just responsible. It's not just Starmer's responsible for that. There are lots of people who wrote that law and who put it into, who voted for it. But I'm just warning you, don't fall for the trick. Because it's coming hard. It's like they point at Trump for everything that goes bad in America. But Caucasians all over America have been doing wicked things to people for 250 years before that. So when you blame Trump, it's like, oh, he's the one. So they get rid of him, and the same thing that he would do, some other lead coming. Then they blame the other lead. And it keeps going. You know, any black person who stands up in America and say, I went to this, I flew on this airline, American Airlines, and this flight attendant called me this N-word or whatever. And they're talking about it. And you get all these Caucasians jump on them saying, hey, you're using the N-word. You just want to blame everything on racism. Stop using the word racism now. It's evil. And stop calling people who do foolishness racist. They are wicked. You call them wicked people. What they are? They're not racist. They're wicked people. And when their actions are evil, you gotta name it. Stop calling them racist. It's called wicked. I heard a man call a wicked man a Caucasian one. And the man started crying. The Caucasian started crying. Please, I'm not wicked. When you call me a Caucasian, you lumping me all the other Caucasians that do wicked things to black people. And I don't do those things. But you didn't stop the people who were doing it beside you from doing it. Your family, your friends. You join them in laughing. That's why few of my last few videos said, look, when this thing fall apart, normally they keep the people who are know how to run things before. They bring you into the corporation. You become. I explained the corporation to you how it works. When one dies, they bring in another to replace him. So it continues on and on perpetually. You got to seek out the corporation, all of them, all the heads, and bring them to justice. But before you bring them to justice, you got to have proof of their action. So you got to keep the evidence. When you get presented the opportunity to bring justice, you have the evidence, not just hearsay. Well, you are one of them. One of who? You are from so-and-so corporation that used to do this. You are one of the leaders who helped perpetuate this. And you have your evidence. The time is coming. The opportunity always presents itself. Rome. You see Italy today? Those people who were in charge of Rome when Rome fell, they went to Constantinople. They went to other parts of Europe. Nobody followed them and put them on trial. And then today, you have the people who got into the corporation with them. Their sons and daughters, great grandchildren are the ones who today perpetuating the slavery and wickedness that's going on in the world. If the head had been cut off when Rome fell, it wouldn't have happened today. If trials had begun, what you see today would not be happening. Hope you hear what I'm saying. Don't let them blame just Netanyahu. You see Saudi Arabia join Israel in the Abraham Accords. UAE, Qatar, Kuwait. You see what they're doing in Africa. The same Arab. You see what the Indians are doing in Africa. I talk about the Indians' actions in Africa already. There's a coordinated effort. So when the opportunity presents itself, justice must be done. And not just with the Netanyahus and Ben Gavirs and the people at the top. There were people under them who carried out All the soldiers in the IDF that shot Arabs, when this war is over against the Arabs, all of them gonna go where they want to. Well, they're going around the world right now. They're moving to other parts of the world already, and they're going there and treating the people in the places where they go like trash. Just the way they treat the Arabs, that's the way they go into Malaysia and Philippines, Indonesia, and Africa, and treating the people there. See? They got permission to do it. And who is sending the money to them to live in these places that they're going to? You see? The parents of these children, these 22, 23-year-olds that were murderers, murdering people in Palestine, are now living it up in some other country. And who is supporting them? Whose money are they spending? The money is coming from New York and London, Paris, Frankfurt. You don't end it when you have the opportunity this time. 2,000 years from now, you're going to have the same issue. And with AI coming, peace.